Hey everybody, I wanted to put together a quick first impressions video for my gameplay of The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. And I just got the game on release day, which of course was Friday, May 12th, and I've probably put about 15 hours into it so far. And one of the things that I've noticed is that I've sort of seen a lot of parallels to Metroid, as funny as that sounds. One of them, of course, is that there are three different levels to the game, and the cave-like underworld system, it kind of reminded me of Dark Aether from Metroid Prime 2, insofar as dark beacons are needed to light the way. In Tears of the Kingdom, it's completely pitch black down there, so you need to use these bright bloom seeds and light the way with that. Thankfully, though, unlike Metroid Prime 2, Link is not damaged when he just is in the area, or if he's just sitting in the dark. Although he does receive permanent damage if he's hurt by enemies or part of the environment infected with reddish material dubbed the Gloom. And it's funny too, the underworld itself also kind of reminded me of the Upside Down, especially with like all the spores and stuff in the air. Another Metroid parallel, Link starts the game off with full health and stamina, but due to an event in the beginning of the game, he loses all of it but 3 hearts, and he also loses his fully powered Master Sword. This event also causes all the weapons on the main level of Hyrule, not the sky or the underworld, to become in a decayed state. It feels like you have to do this hillbilly type solutions via fusing to get any use out of all these decayed items. Beginning area of Tears of the Kingdom is the sky. I notice it's not as lush and colorful as the Breath of the Wild's beginning area, which of course is known as the Plateau. And then, funny enough, in the beginning of Breath of the Wild, I noticed this watching my wife play through Breath of the Wild recently. The old man in the beginning of Breath of the Wild kind of reminds me of the old man in the very first Legend of Zelda. You know, the one who gives you the sword because it's dangerous to go alone. Anyway, back to Tears of the Kingdom. There are a total of 152 shrines on the main level, and so far I've only explored 16 of them. One of the things is that these shrines, it takes advantage of the new abilities that you get with the Pura tablet, which I've noticed the shrines are markedly tougher than from Breath of the Wild. I had a hard time, especially with the Tukarok shrine, i.e. Forward Force. And that one was crazy, where you have to pilot these like vehicles and get them up an incline, all this crazy stuff. One issue that I've had with the most useful ability, the Ultra Hand, is the rotation of the materials. There is X and Y axis rotation available, but there is no specific Z axis rotation. And what I mean by that is you can only do X and Y. You would think that there would be a way to do like a Z axis. So to take advantage of the Z axis, it requires a specific manipulation of the X and the Y axis to get the actual whatever you have with the Ultra Hand item to actually get it to turn. And that was kind of a pain in the butt for me. The overall performance of the game is pretty decent. It was staying at a reliable 30 frames per second for me. And there is, though, at least I noticed, a considerable amount of slowdown when the Ultra Hand ability is in use, especially if it's being used during inclement weather and or if there's a lot of NPCs around, such as at the Kakariko village. I also died a number of times too, most often due to how fragile Link is when he's taking fall damage. One of the things with that is you get the paraglider fairly late in the set of tutorial quests, and not until you actually get onto the main level. So, whereas you get the paraglider once you've completed all 4 shrines in Breath of the Wild.
Helicopter, helicopter.
Would have been nice to have the paraglider sooner, and there were a couple times where I just deployed the paraglider a little too late, and poor Link suffered from it. Anyway, regarding the story itself, I've barely touched upon it. Link seems to be chasing after Zelda, at least from what I could see. And it's one of the things where he constantly is following her footsteps in various locations where she's appeared. And this is reminiscent to me on how Skyward Sword's story started, in which that iteration's Link was going after Zelda and trying to find her and save her and whatnot. So, and that remained pretty consistent in that game's story. So we'll have to see if Tears of the Kingdom stays that same way. I've been enjoying the exploration of all the 3 levels, and I'm surprised how much I've been enjoying the underworld cave system. The Skyworld exploration, though, it's been pretty barren and boring. There's pretty dull colors, and honestly, I'm surprised how much that has not really been exciting. And of course, the main world is lush and colorful, and it's a ton of fun, much like how Breath of the Wild was. And all in all, it's been a pretty great time. I'm very motivated to keep playing and exploring all the depths of Hyrule as I continue the adventure of Link in this newest iteration. But let me know if you have started this game at all in the comments section below. How far through are you? And definitely hope you're having a lot of fun with it if you are playing this as I am, and if not, and you liked Breath of the Wild, definitely recommend the Centuries. It's great so far. Not without its quirks, but probably just growing pains as I'm getting used to all the systems. And thanks again for watching.